Hi, everyone. My name is Elena. I work in an NGO, an environmental NGO called Eco-Village, and I coordinate an environmental educational program for youth called Activico Sustainability in Action. When we started our program, the main need that we addressed was the fact that youth in Moldova felt isolated and powerless in their communities. So they cared about the environment, but they didn't think they can change something. And inspired by international practices of actions as a part of learning, we decided to use non-formal methods and project-based learning in our training courses so that youth can address this need of community and of power, of becoming empowered. At the time, the team that started it was in 2013. They were part of an international network called Theodor Heuss-Kolleg. And they basically were inspired by the other programs in the world where they use project-based learning. And they just thought about a way of doing it only about the environment. So that was the thing that was different than the other programs. And basically the vision that people had when they started it was called Moldotopia 2040. So it's a vision in which Moldova, the region, not just the country, becomes sustainable enough to be an example for the region. So it's 2040, we still have 18 years to get there, hopefully. So all our actions are aimed towards that. Our educational program has week-long seminars and weekend seminars. With the week-long seminar is called an Impulse seminar, in which we have addressed the main topic of sustainability and climate change. And we give the impulse for action. And then we have the weekend seminars in which we take several specific topics like sustainable nutrition, alternative transportation, energy efficiency and renewables, shared economy and critical consumption, waste management and prevention. And we take them and we have like something very focused and content focused seminars. So the thing that we need, the people that we need in this whole process are good facilitators, but also some people with expertise, because we need, when we talk about the environment, it's not just facilitation, we also need the knowledge, right? And then we have the mentors, which at first in 2013 were members of our team, but now they are alumni of our programs, and they become mentors for the new participants that only start out and they do the projects. So the mentors guide them through the learning process. And also a big part of our training process is having the eco-training center in Eco-Village Moldova, so that participants get to experience the things that we're talking about, the practices in real life. They go there, they live for a while with plant-based diet, with alternative energy, with ecological toilets, and they learn about it firsthand. Since we started, we have I think more than 400 alumni in our network. Of course, not all of them are active, but the people that passed through this, they got this power boost, so they know that they can become a change maker in their community, and that's one of the most important results for us. We've had 10 years of this program each year, new participants, new subjects. We've worked with people from Romania and Ukraine as well. Again, as I was saying, Moldova not as a country, but as a region. We wanted to involve everyone in the region. And what's interesting is that some projects grew into social enterprises. And now the people that were our participants are social entrepreneurs. And for our organization, when we talk about what results we have as an organization, it was that many of our staff members and NGO members are actually alumni of our program. So that was the way of selecting people, because when you look how they manage the project, how they conceptualize it, then you understand if this is the kind of person that can work with you. So yeah, even me, I'm also an alumni of the program, and now I'm working in Eco-Village. I guess the main lesson is that learning by doing is the greatest way to learn. Reflection after mini projects is a key element in learning process. So after participants have the implementation of the project phase, they have a reflection seminar in which everyone shares what they learned and they think about that. Also, a thing that we learned later on is that if we want projects to be more impactful in their communities, we need more content in the seminar. So at first, it was very much about group wisdom. And even though it's still like this, now we also give boosts of information, like quality information from good sources, so that participants can make their decisions better. We had a lot of tryouts, trial and error with the mentoring system. And what we learned is that it needs a more fixed framework, because we always let the participants proactively reach out to mentors. And people, I don't know, they're not really used to do that. And so what we realized is that we need to set several dates in which mentors and mentees meet and they talk, so that they have this framework, and it's not based on, oh, I don't know if I can call them now, if I can address them. So yeah, that's these are some of the learnings that are the base. When we talk about sustainability in our project-based learning, I think that the first thing that comes up to my mind is that our approach to mini projects is learner-based. So the most important thing for us and for the participants is what they learn through this process. So it's not about how many people they gather, how much change they make, but it's about what they learned. And I think this is the key to empowerment. And then so this gives them the power then to continue to act, right? Another thing about that, how we ensure sustainability, is we offer the alumni, already people that did the project, we offer them the possibility to try out bigger projects with like more finance, more support. And that's a nice way to try out your muscles. You know, are you good enough to do more? When we choose regions in which to work, we often choose places where we already have alumni, so that we build upon what was already done. So we don't start with 0 places, we try to consolidate where change already started to happen. So we have strategic places. Of course, we have lots of follow-up events and like community events in general to give our alumni a support system, so that they know that there are people in the community and they can reach out to them. Also, we offer the alumni the possibility to become mentors, and then they put in practice again what they learned with other participants and connect with the new ideas, with the new people that come in the program. And I think all these steps of creating a support system, of giving them more opportunities, of giving them a platform to talk about it, to talk about their experiences, and investing more time, resources, and people into projects that already are started somewhere is a good way to maintain, to make sure that it's sustainable in time. I think our practice of project-based learning in environmental education is a good practice, because environmental education remains theoretical if it's not applied, and we need real change to happen in the world, not just in our heads. And the best way to do that is to get people out there and get them trying out stuff and doing stuff. So that's basically what it is. The main outcome from this processes is that participants change their attitudes towards environmental problems. They realize that they can change something. They can become part of the solution, like really and actually in their lives. they get this feeling of community, and that's something that's recurrent in all of our seminars. So people get there and they're like, wow, I used to feel alone and like the odd one out, and now I feel like I'm not alone, I'm the majority, and that's awesome. They learn a lot about the main the underlying system problems that got us to this environmental crisis. They learned about why this is happening, and they learn about the solutions that that can be applied as a consumer in a way, right? Like in my everyday life, but also as an activist. So what can I do to make change happen further on? Yeah, so these are, I think, are the main learning outcomes. Well, since this program is based in non-formal education, we use the experiential learning cycle. So we always go through action and then reflection and then making conclusions based on it and trying out stuff. And this cycle of learning is reflected in the entire program and in each seminar individually. So that's one way to make it stick. So at the end of each yearly program, we have a reflection seminar. We used to have an ecological fair, so like a big event where participants could share about their projects. We also make sure that it's very visible what they did. So we post on social media, and we give them further capacitation. So we give them more trainings and more stuff in which they already build upon what they learned, you know, about in the without starting from zero, from scratch. Well, I think that we can all live a fulfilling life without harming the environment. If we manage to act together as a community and to act in harmony and in balance with nature, and this is basically my my reason for education and for environmental education and for environmental activism, because I really believe at the heart we are beings that want to be happy, and we can work together well, and I hope to get there in a place where we already work extremely well with nature, and there's no fossil fuel industry and stuff like that. If you remember, I was talking about Moldotopia. So basically, this is the moment in time when my organization is no longer needed, because we've achieved our goals, we've achieved our vision, and there's no need for environmental education, because being an environmentalist is the mainstream. So being plant-based is the mainstream. Taking the bike and the public transportation is mainstream. Prioritizing the environment is something that's the normal, and so we don't need to talk about it. So Eco-Video no longer needs to exist. Maybe we get another direction of work, but not this.